Hey, what's up everybody? Joshua Casper back at you with Plugin Boutique, and today we're going to be talking about Studio One from Presonus. Selecting the right DAW is a fundamental step in any producer's journey. And with there being so many DAWs on the market, it might be difficult to decide which one is the best one for you, especially when you jump on YouTube and there are videos about each one and why it's the best. So in this video, what I want to do is set out some of the highlights of Presonus Studio One for you and let you know about why it might be the right DAW. There are a number of different approaches to music production, and that's why I'm going to lay out in this video different sections and talk about the highlights for each one of those types of producers. For example, general music production, mixing, mastering, performance, and composing. This is going to be by no means an exhaustive list of everything Studio One has to offer, but I aim just to give you a general sense, no matter what type of music production you're going for, on why Studio One might be great for you. Obviously, as always, links are going to be in the video description if you want full details about everything, but for now, let's go ahead and jump into the video. Studio One for producers. Drag and drop workflow. Studio One kicks everything off with a drag and drop workflow. For example, if you want a virtual instrument MIDI track in your song, simply drag and drop any one of your instruments into the arranger and Studio One will create a MIDI track for you instantly. You can even stack instruments in this manner, drag and drop effects onto inserts, channels, or sends as well. This next level drag and drop functionality will pop up throughout this video as it is ever present in Studio One. Trust me when I say this feature alone is going to save you so much time and keep your creativity moving towards your vision. Stock instruments. Studio One has 5 built-in virtual instruments. You have a sampler, a sample player, a drum machine, a monophonic subtractive synthesizer, and a polyphonic analog modeled synthesizer. Stock effects. Even the most basic version of Studio One comes with enough audio effects to make sure you won't need to expand your toolbox for some time. From digital to analog emulations, reverbs and delays, to compressors and analysis tools, all so good already that you might never need to upgrade. Chord track. Chord track is one of the most eye-catching features in Studio One. Chord track is a global track in the DAW that provides the ability to perform harmonic editing of both instrument and audio parts. This restructuring of chord progressions can affect the entire song or only the tracks you choose. This lets you write musical content with chord progressions that appeals at the time and make sweeping changes later without exhaustive editing or re-recording of parts. Scratch pad. The scratch pad is an editing tool in Studio One, which acts as a quick storage to hold events, parts, and entire song sections for later use or reuse, reducing clutter in the arrange view as you assemble your song. Scratch pads look and act much like the arrange view timeline, sharing the same editing capabilities and displaying the same set of tracks. These are great for sketching ideas without cluttering up your main project. Arranger track. The Arranger track is an arrangement tool that lets you work with portions of your entire song as though they were individual events and rearrange them quickly and easily. This saves you time and reduces the challenge of traditional editing, which can be difficult when dealing with many tracks at once. Studio One for mixing. Song page. When a new song is created in Studio One or an existing song is opened, you are taken to the song page. This page contains all of the necessary tools to record, edit, arrange, and mix multi-track audio and instrument data. This is the perfect location for mixing music, and if you are familiar with any other DAW or an analog mixing console, you will feel right at home here. Project, song page, integration. The song page is where you do your composing, producing, and mixing. This should look familiar to anyone who has used a DAW before. However, Studio One has what's called the project page, which is essentially a mastering suite. Now, both of these pages are packed with features, but what I want to draw your attention to is the fact that they can communicate with one another. Any changes you make in your song will be automatically updated to the bounce in your master in the project page. Automatic send and returns. In most professional DAWs, when you want to set up your send effect, you need to first create a return track. However, in Studio One, simply drag and drop an audio effect onto the sends insert on the channel and a return track will be created automatically. Mix scenes. Scenes provide an easy way to save and recall different configurations of track and channels, as well as different settings for the effects and more. These are ideal for comparing as many different mix configurations as you might need. Melodyne. Another insane feature for mix engineers who work with vocals is that Studio One has partnered with Grammy-winning Melodyne, a useful timing and pitch correction and manipulation tool that integrates closely with Studio One. Studio One for mastering. project page. The project page is a dedicated mastering solution integrated into Studio One Professional. Songs and audio files are arranged as sequences of tracks on a continuous timeline. You can apply effects to individual tracks as well as to the master output track in order to achieve sonic continuity throughout the project. An integrated browser makes importing songs, audio files, and audio effects quick and simple. There is also a host of analyzation tools built in that give you all the information you need to make the best decisions for your project. Fat Channel. Fat Channel is a complete virtual version of the channel strip found on the Presonus Studio Live 3 line of mixers, which comes with a gate expander, compressor, parametric EQ, and limiter functions. Fat Channel combines many essential processing functions into one easy-to-use tool: project song page integration. I already covered this in the mixing section of this video, but it's worth mentioning here again for obvious reasons. Studio One for composers. The score editor. Studio One Professional provides the ability to view, enter, and edit notes and standard music notation through its score editor. Key switches. An increasing number of third-party virtual instruments are integrating with Studio One's new key switching options. There is now a dedicated area for making articulation switches quickly and easily. Studio One for performers. Show page. The show page provides an independent yet fully integrated live performance environment for performing artists, bands, and live sound engineers. It combines setlist management with playback of backing tracks, playing virtual instruments, and processing real instruments through virtual effects racks, all from a single, intuitive interface that can easily receive content directly from any track on the Studio One song page. Performance mode. The dedicated performance view with customizable macro controls works hand in hand with hardware controllers and makes performances easy. Alright, so there you go, a bunch of reasons to check out Studio One, whether you're looking for your first DAW or switching to a new one. It's an absolutely incredible program for any type of music producer, engineer, whatever you do. If you're doing it with music, you want to do it with Studio One. And as I said in the beginning of this video, I've only scratched the surface of what's available in terms of features inside of this massive program. So as always, links in the video description if you want to check it out and get full details. And I'm Joshua Casper here for Plugin Boutique. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next video.